Wendy, some people have definitely had a problem with you and Giselle talking about her lack of substance because, you know, she's gotten her body done and it seems like she's had a new attitude now. Do you think that this has something to do with, I know she had just had a baby when she first came on last season, and you know, getting to know you women, there is some, I don't know if, you know, you tread lightly and now her real personality is coming out. Like what, like looking back at it, because now we're far from that episode.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. What was the question? I got distracted.
Yeah, no problem. So when you and Giselle was chatting about the lack of substance, do you still stand by that statement now?
Okay, so first of all, we didn't say lack of substance. It was, I'll be honest, it was very hard for me to articulate what I was seeing in Wendy. But I will be honest, from day one of filming, I felt something different. Her vibe was different, her energy was different, her personality was different. And I couldn't put my finger on it. It was very hard to articulate and say, you know, this is what's going on. This is, like, this is what you did, because it really was just an overall vibe and feeling. And I kind of would talk to people, you know, like, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna put anyone out there, and I would say, does Wendy feel different to you? And they would agree. Now, do they say it on camera? No. But I just felt I could not put my finger on it. I couldn't articulate what it was. And it was just certain things that just felt like she was maybe deliberately trying to change her, just her being and her persona on the show. For whatever reason, I didn't know. So the lack of substance, that kind of got taken out of context. It wasn't that it was a lack of substance. It was, she felt completely different from the I'm Professor Wendy with 4 degrees than what we were seeing at that moment. I don't really, and I don't think we said there was a lack of substance. I think it was, you know, she wasn't really, I don't know. That was probably a poor choice of words, but I could not articulate it. And watching the show now, I actually like realize what I was seeing. She feels, when I watched the show, she felt different to me. And I saw a lot of fans actually felt like her personality was different, but it was very hard to articulate.
I understand. Have you guys had a conversation after that?
On the show? Yeah, I mean, there's more, you know, there's definitely more to come regarding that.
Yeah, I know. So we don't know what's going on, but I know this next episode, Ashley is going to address Wendy and ask her about the cheating rumors when it comes to her husband and everything like that. Looking at that, I know we can't tell you, I mean, you can't tell too much about the episode, but looking at that, when Ashley went to her, do you wish she hadn't?
You know, from what I've seen on the show, because this is all those conversations that Giselle and Ashley had, I wasn't privy to.
Okay.
From what I saw on the show, it sounded like Giselle and Ashley agreed that Giselle would talk to Wendy about that. So I feel like Ashley jumped the gun. But I also think you have to realize, like, if you take the cameras away, all of the conversations that we have with one another, they're actually kind of normal conversations that you would have in your own friend circle. Right? So think about it. You have a friend group of five girlfriends you went to college with. You heard something about one of their husbands. What do most people do? They go talk to the other friends in the group about it, right?
Yes.
That's very normal. I've participated in that, right? Whatever the subject is. And then they kind of figure out, oh, okay, well, how do we want to handle this? Do we want to talk to her? Who's going to say something? Who's going to ask? It's a very normal dynamic of a friend group. So the only reason why people get up in arms is because it's done on camera. Like, isn't that what, and the same goes for any of the conversations we have. If we talk to Wendy and say, oh, we feel like you're different, think something's different about you. What's wrong with that? That can be a normal conversation that you have in your friend group. It's just the fact that there's cameras there that people get so up in arms. Like, oh, how dare you say that? But aren't we supposed to be talking to one another? Like,
you are, but not on camera. Look, not on camera.
But that's not what we're here for. If we don't talk about real issues and our real feelings and our real observations on camera, then what are we here for? What are we on TV for? It's just like, and I'm sorry, we've on as far as I've seen on this show for 6 years, everyone's relationship or any type of drama or rumors in the news is on the table. So we've talked about, they've talked about me and Juan and our financial problems and our relationship problems. They've talked about Karen and her financial issues. They've talked about Giselle. We've talked about Michael. Like, I don't understand why we're not supposed to talk about it. Like, that's
yeah, I don't know. When you put it like that, like, yeah, these conversations would be had, but it's just cameras involved. I definitely feel like, dang, that puts a different perspective on things, because I'm like, whisper it to me. I know what's going on. I'm sure she's heard the rumors and stuff. Whisper it to me so I can address it tastefully.